Hello YouTubers, Paul here, your channel host, welcome to my channel. Well, I haven't done much this week, but it's the second week of I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here! Or at least, sorry, the first week we've watched it, but the second week of vlogs for us, if that makes sense. So it's been like the first full week in camp for the celebrities. So what I'm going to actually do, I wasn't going to do a video every single night of the week. So what I've decided to do, just been working this out in my head. What I'm going to do is go through episodes 2 through till 8, which was Monday through till tonight, Sunday. And then next week I will do the same, Monday through to Sunday. And then the following week, which is the final, the 9th of December, what I will do is I will do Monday through to Saturday, and then I will do a standalone vlog for the final show, which because I did a standalone vlog for the first episode. So yeah, it makes sense that if I do it that way. So here's episodes 2 till 8 in my own words. Episode 2, so Emily Atack doing the Bush Tucker trial, which was Viper Pit, and what it was she had to go into the mouth of a, well, it looked like, I'll tell you what it looked like. It looked like Castle Grayskull from He-Man. She had to go into the mouth, which led into several chambers where there were snakes. When she put her arm into the holes to get the stars, there were snakes in each hole. If you collected the first 5 stars, it meant the celebrities who were in Croc Creek got food, who were in the nicer camp. She then, if she got a 6th star, it meant she would have it meant her going to Croc Creek out of Snake Rock, because if you remember, the 2 camps were split at this time. And then if she got another 7 to 10, if she got stars 7 to 10, it meant the celebrities in Snake Rock were eaten. She got 9 stars because once she'd got the first 6 stars, she had to lie down in a chamber, and it like revolved, like went sideways to sideways like that, and they put snakes on her, and oh, I couldn't have done it. I would have shouted the infamous words. So yeah, she got 9 stars. The only reason she didn't get there was 1 star she couldn't get, because there was one of the holes that she put her hand in where there was a snake kept biting her. So she managed to get 1 star out of that one, but the second one she couldn't because the snake kept going for her. Also in this episode, so well done Emily for that. Well done, Emily. Also in that episode, Anne Hegarty opened up about her autism to the campmates in Snake Rock, which was interesting, and she was explaining about how her autism works, and she also explained that she was a hoarder, which is like what I do, which is I suffer from hoarding issues with my autism. And then at the end of the show, it was voted that Anne would be facing the next Bush Tucker trial, which was called Monstrous Monoliths. So that was episode 2 of I'm a Celeb. Episode 3 of I'm a Celebrity, the camps merged. So Snake Rock and Croc Creek. Snake Rock, which were Fleur, Anne and Rita and James, all came into Croc Creek, because by that time Emily was already in in Croc Creek, having won the 6th star in Venomous Pit, in Viper Pit, sorry. So the trial monstrous monoliths that Anne had to face, again 1 to 6, it meant Croc Creek would get food. 7 would mean Anne would go from Croc Creek into go from Snake Rock into Croc Creek, and 8 to 10 would mean that the celebrities in Snake Rock would eat. But Anne had to actually shout, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here," because she only got 2 stars. Monstrous Monolith was basically, there was, I can't remember how many rocks there were, where she was standing in like a cage. It looked like a rock, but there was a cage at the front, and she had things poured over her, and she had to use the number. She had to figure out the number combinations to unlock the padlocks, to get the stars. She managed to do the first one where there was 2 stars in it, but then the second one she shouted, "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here," and she just refused to go in. Actually, basically, episode. And then it was announced at the end of that episode that John Barrowman was going to do Scary Rose, which was the next trial. So, yeah, that was episode 3 over with. Episode 4, the Bush Tucker trial was Scary Rose, and it involved John Barrowman. It was a mock-up of a ship, like a Tudor ship, as in the Mary Rose, in a like a not a swimming pool, but a pool. And John Barrowman had to dive into the ship, into the underwater in the ship, and get the stars that were under the deck in the water though. And at the same time, there was different animals. There was a crocodile. There was dragons, water dragons, but he actually managed to get all 10 stars. And at the end of episode 4, it was revealed that Noel Edmonds was going into the jungle as an emperor. So that was episode 4. Episode 5, the celebrities were ushered off to, it was a gladiators coliseum, and Noel Edmonds was revealed as the camp leader. He was immune from tasks. He also was nominated Harry Redknapp to become his first member of his inner circle. And then they nominated Fleur East and Sia as... Oh, sorry, this was how it worked again. Let's get this right. Because I've got notes, I've written them down, but I can't understand them. That's happened to me scribbling from this week. Oh yes, it was for the next 2 members of the inner circle. Fleur and Saya and Nick and James had to two challenges, 2 Bush Tucker trials. Now, what was it again? What were the challenges? Oh, there was Bitius and Sentius, which was... Oh, man. I can't remember the challenges. Bitius and Sentius for Fleur and Sia. I'll go back to it. And Criticus Maximus. Nick and James. I've got a mind blank. Bitius and Sentius, what was that again? Bitius and Sentius. Fleur and Sia and Nick and James. It'll come to us. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Monday, Tuesday. Bear with me for 2 minutes, YouTubers. I'm sorry about this. Sorry to be boring yous. Bitius and Sentius. Criticus Maximus was the insects, where Nick and James had to have insects, was it poured over them? I can't remember the challenges. But anyway, who was it who was chosen? Fleur and I think Nick. No, I can't remember who was. Fleur and Sia were then chosen. Sorry, YouTubers, I can't remember what those two challenges were. But they were then Fleur and Sia out of Nick and James were chosen to be the second and third members of the inner circle. And then at the end of the show, Drowned Out, Rita and Malik were chosen to face the next Bush Tucker trial. So I'm sorry about that, YouTubers. I can't remember what the two Bush Tucker trials were. The two challenges were. Criticus Maximus. Criticus Maximus. No. Mind blank. Sorry, YouTubers. So, episode 6. The Bush Tucker trial was Drown and Out, where Rita and Malik had been chosen from the previous episode, and then the inner circle had to choose 2 more celebrities to compete against them, and they would then be able to eat with the inner circle. Was that right? Is that correct? Rita and Malik and John and Emily. Anyway, the Drowning Out. So there was the Bush Tucker trial was Drowning Out. Rita and Malik were taking part from the previous episode, and then the inner circle had to choose 2 more celebrities to take part, so they could win a feast. I think it was for the inner circle, and it was John and Emily who were chosen to compete against them, and it was actually Rita and Malik won out of the 2. It was like 2 big tanks that they were in, and the two members were in separate tanks. So there was Rita and Malik in one, and John and Emily in another tank, and they were finding keys to open the valves, and then once say Rita and Malik, because they won, if they could find the key for the purple valve, they turned it on and it would fill up the purple tap. It would start the purple tap in John and Emily's tank, if that makes sense. And whoever lost the space first for whoever's tank filled up quickest lost, basically. And John and Emily lost. So that was, and then it was announced at the end of that episode that Harry and Noel, who were the camp leader and his deputy, they were going to be playing Nero to Zero, and then the Empire will be breaking up. So that was episode 6. Episode 7, Nick and Noel, Harry and Noel had to play a Bush Tucker trial called Nero to Zero, where it was an eating contest, and they actually won 11 stars for camp, all 11 stars, well done. And at the end of the episode, Nick and Noel were chosen to do a Bush Tucker trial called Catch a Falling Star, which brings us up to tonight's episode 8. The Bush Tucker trial called Catch a Falling Star. There was 2 boxes on top of each other, perspex boxes. Noel was getting the stars out of the boxes that had the critters in, and then he had his hands out of his box at the top, and Nick was in the bottom box with his hands out, but they couldn't see each other. They couldn't see where where the hands were, and Noel had to drop the stars, and Nick had to catch them and put them in his box, and they caught 5 out of 11 stars. So yeah, fair enough, well done. And tonight's episode also saw a new camp leader revealed, which was Nick. He was chosen by people on the app, and also was the live trial. The live trial, in the pre-recorded section, John, James and Rita were chosen by the other celebrities to go off on a jungle quest, and the time that the people on the jungle quest get depends on how well the celebrities do in the live trial tonight. So Emily had to do the X with Malik, where they were put into it because it was based on the X Factor. They were put into an X with the mouthpieces, like a plastic Perspex X, and there was creepy crawlies put into them, and they had one of those party game plastic mouthpieces where you can't hear them talk. You know, it stretches on like that. And they had headphones on, and they had to sing along to a tune and see if the other celebrities could guess who or which song and artist it was. Good job. Fleur was there because she got all of the right answers. Then there was what was the next challenge that they had to do? The Witchetty Grubs, where they had to eat them. There was Fleur, Sayer, Anne, Noel, Nick and Harry all had to eat Witchetty Grubs, and they did it in the correct time. And then there was a drinking game where Emily, Anne, Noel and Harry all had to take part in drinking different cocktails, which they all completed on time. And then finally, Fleur and Nick had to take part in one final challenge at the end, which was Dreaded Locks or something, I think, where they were put into a Perspex box, and they had to find keys to unlock 2 padlocks so they could get the X out and put it onto the ledge, and if they completed in the right time, they would get more minutes for John, James and Rita. John, James and Rita's time, because they're all the celebrities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 8 celebrities managed to do the correct times, managed to get them all on time, and they've passed for 85 minutes, which was the maximum that they could get. So it's up to John, James and Rita, and we'll see how they do tomorrow night. So next Sunday, as I say, I will do episodes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll be episodes 9 to 15 next week. So tune in next week. I'm sorry if I bored you a little bit with ranting on about these vlogs, about these trials over the last week, but it's just I don't really do notes. As you can see, it's all gobbledygook. There. That's my note from the previous week. So yeah. And yeah, that's it. So see you later, YouTubers.